So I realized that I needed to make a video to end out this month if I plan on actually making monthly releases. So I just decided to just go on and just ramble about my history with girls. Honestly, got this out of an instinct. So yeah, now, I never actually really had the best history with girls, honestly. It's actually been pretty terrible ever since they started in elementary school. So I guess I can start and just show you how bad it's been right now. So I already drew the first image, and I guess I can just draw the image while talking about it, honestly. So this is second grade. So in second grade, there's this girl named Madison, and she was really pretty, honestly. Like, I still remember what 8-year-old me was thinking when he saw this girl, and it was a different feeling that I've never ever felt before. And I wasn't actually a very social kid. I was very much a nerd. I was very much a nerd, and still am a nerd, who was into games a lot, especially I was obsessed with like the Wii, where I got the Wii during my 8th birthday, and that was like my life during the entire second grade. So that's my entire life, and because of it, I was just a fucking nerd. I was just a massive nerd who was obsessed with just playing his Wii games like Sonic, dude, Sonic. Oh, Sonic Colors. Oh, that was fire. But anyways, translating that made me look like a loser, bro. I was a loser in second grade, and I still am, but still, that doesn't matter. I'll talk to it later. But in second grade, yeah, I was a massive loser, and the girls were just turned off by me. And I got to the point where it was one day in specific that I remember where Madison, we were sitting across from each other in like our table, so I decided to extend my leg out to touch hers, and she, I think that was the first time I actually just went for. That was a pretty ballsy play, honestly. Second grade me, you were a baller, and I specifically have this one routine, one thing that I got from her in second grade. If I can pull it up. So for a Christmas party in second grade, we had to make these Spanish posters where it was Christmas themed, and they were randomized, so anybody could have gotten anybody from anyone, and the one I just so happened to get was the one from Madison, and frankly, it looks really good for an 8-year-old to write or draw, and it I don't want to show. I don't want to dox her, obviously, because that's kind of messed up. But yeah, this is a good poster, honestly, and yeah, It's a good memory charm, and something that that's cool. She didn't actually like like me at all. I know that I was kind of. She was just nice because she's a genuine nice person. And yeah, I'll be talking about Madison later on. In third grade, and yeah, that's about it for second grade, to be honest. I guess I can start drawing now. So in third grade, I was a massive like fat ass. For some reason, I was super fat in third grade. Like, and I think third grade was like the very worst time of my life. For some reason, I just did not like third grade at all. Um, Honestly, when it came to relationships, there was actually this girl named Emily. I will come back to her later as well. But Emily was a pretty cute girl, honestly. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. It's kind of a continuation of last year where I was being a massive nerd and it just didn't go well for me for some reason. And I think that this was probably the lowest point of my life, and because of it, it really just cemented this bad reputation of me where girls did not want to be interested in elementary school me in the slightest, and I do not blame them for it at all, honestly. So yeah, I don't really have much to write about here, but continuation for fourth grade. Fourth grade was actually me getting back into Madison because Madison was actually in my fourth grade class. Now, the thing with Madison is that she was actually going to leave the school and go to a place near here, but she wasn't going to ever, I wasn't ever going to see her again. And that's kind of a sad thing. But I do remember at the end of the school year, I invited her over to a party, a pool party, and I had actually now I invited all the what I deemed popular kids in school to this pool party, and some of them made up excuses because I know frankly they didn't want to be near me, and I don't blame them at all. But they didn't want to be near me, but a few people joined. It was me. It was Madison because she was like nicest girl ever, right? And a girl named Olivia, another kid named Blaze, who I after the party I just did not talk to at all. And then there's me. So me in fourth grade, I had these ADHD pills, which actually really made me skinny. So I went from a fat to kind of bony in fifth grade. But yeah, this pool party, I still remember the events during it. It was really good, honestly. I feel nostalgic, and it definitely was a highlight of my early childhood history. But unfortunately, this is the point where Madison would leave me. It's kind of fucked up to say. But yeah, this is the last point that I'll ever see her. But yeah, I've heard recently from one of my friends, Simon, that she's actually doing really well for her, and she still looks very similar and still is a very honest person. And that's honestly a good thing. I'm happy for her and whatever she's doing right now. On to fifth grade. Fifth grade was weird. So, fifth grade, I feel like fifth grade was a culmination of, you know how your elementary school self, you look back and you kind of call him an idiot? I don't like that type of mentality because it's kind of like I'm still growing as a person and I don't want to insult myself for that. But elementary school, me made some really weird plays, but I don't blame him. I still didn't really have many uh social like interests. Like I didn't have any friends. I kind of doomed it with my original actions early on. That's a whole other story for another day. But when it came to it, I think that this girl. Okay, so this girl named Emily, right? She was a really cute girl. Yeah. So Emily, thing is with Emily was she was also really nice to everyone around her, but she was a part, and I know that everybody who's been in elementary school knows of this cool kids club, where it would be all those popular kids, and they're typically like the please, sorry about that one. Power issues, but anyways, she was a part of those groups, and yeah, they were kind of rude, but it wasn't actually a big deal. And she was one of the nicer people. I just found her really interesting, and because of my interesting behavior, where I was not a very normal person, very weird, very like very off like type of sorts. She wasn't interested in me, and I wound up getting rejected. Now I've been rejected for about three. I've been rejected, yeah, for the past 3 years, and so I haven't had a girlfriend, even though I've had interest in a girl for all those years. But this is the first time where it really stung. Like, I got rejected. Oh man. Okay. So these elementary school stories, they were pretty modest right now. I'm going to talk about middle school. Middle school was a trip, honestly. So when it came to middle school, there was this girl. She was in my English class. Her name was Erin. Now, the thing with Erin is that she was a very quiet person, and we really didn't actually talk to each other. But the first day of school, I was interested in this girl. I was really interested in this girl. And I just kept secret for the longest time because that's what I do. That's what boys do when they don't know what to do in the situation. And I just kept quiet, Sometimes said stuff to her. I swear I haven't said like 50 sentences to Erin up to this day. She's in my high school. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we haven't talked to each other ever. And at the moment, when I was going to admit, like, and ask her out to one of the school dances, I was so nervous that I got my friend, this is, I got my friend, no, this is a fucking awful drawing. I got my friend Nick to send a letter that was asking her out to the dance, and I thought that was pretty funny of me. That I got him to send this letter to Erin, and it was pretty funny. She didn't actually respond to me until the dance, where she in such friend zoned me through her friend, which is the funniest twist of irony I've experienced through up until then. Which, I mean, is kind of funny, and yet again, for another year, I get rejected. Now, you might be saying, okay, so you're just talking about your history of getting rejected, right? Because you get no luck with girls. Let me introduce you to one of Erin's friends. Her name was Marklin. Now, Marklin was an interesting girl. A very interesting girl. So, when it came to Marklin, right? At the very end of 6th grade, I heard from this rumor that Marklin was actually interested in me. And considering that 12-year-old me, who was a turbo virgin, was hearing that somebody actually liked him, I can't think about it. And I just wound up just forgetting about the idea throughout the summer. Then during 7th grade, I was actually yeah, during 7th grade, I was actually starting to develop feelings for her. And this was a weird thing because, I don't know. Eventually, during after one of like one of the school field trips, I told somebody that I was interested in her, and then he started to run off, and then I screamed, which actually got the attention of one of the neighboring teachers, and she started to like rant on me, and I said it was a voice crack, assuming that she would actually believe that. She didn't. I didn't get in trouble though, so I mean, hey. But yeah, the secret's out, and she knows that I'm interested in her. Now, the day of this recording is January 31st. February 1st, 2016 was the point where I found out Marquand's interested in me too. Oh, shit. What? No way. So I confront her, right? And it was during one of the school drama plays. So we were in between. We like made our own like pocket inside the curtains, and we just talked to each other. And I asked her, "Hey, do do you want to go to the Valentine's Day dance with me?" She said yes. She said yes. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh yes. We got GF. We got GF, bro. Bro, we got a girlfriend. Bro. That was insane. That was insane. And from then on, like that was a really good moment of my life. I won't deny. That was a pretty good moment of my life. Then it stopped. See, the relationship between Marquin and I felt was always really good. Is the thing is Marquin's friends, they were kind of, I don't know how I'm supposed to say it. And since I already said swear words already, they were kind of bitches. Like seriously. They were the biggest bitches ever made. And because of it, we didn't have the best relationship. So eventually it came down to the point where Marquin had to choose between me or her friends, and she made the arguably better choice. And unfortunately, on April 1st, she decided to text me, and we broke up over text. It was a shame. It really was, honestly. But I didn't really care. I Not that I didn't care about her, but I didn't care that we broke up. I didn't have any strong bad feelings about her, honestly, because well, it's a completely normal thing to break up with her. It's a completely normal reason why. Completely understandable, to be honest. 1 week later, remember this Nick kid that I talked about? If I take back my sixth grade image, this kid right here. Thing with Nick was that Nick was actually Marquin's first boyfriend. And thing is, 1 week later, on Friday, April 8th, 2016, I hear the news that this thought is dating Nick 1 week after we break up. Now, I just am pissed. Thing is, her birthday was actually that weekend. So for her during her birthday weekend, I was storming her message. I sent like over 1,000 messages of pure anger. Cause hey, that's not a coincidence. You were cheating on me, you bitch. And I was furious. I think I don't know if I went to the extreme or not, but I was just mad. Like, I was devastating her messages, and it just went from. That was one of the few times I was genuinely mad at a person. And by the end of it, the entire situation really just torn away Marco and I's relationship, and because of it, we really never got to recover. I remember hearing that she was actually planning on going to the high school I was planning on go to, but instead she opted out to go to a different high school, and I feel that I might be one of the big reasons why, because I really did not do any favors for her, and I know that she didn't have the best feelings for me after that entire situation. And after that, I really kind of slowed down. I discovered this thing called hentai, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. No. We're done talking about that one. And yeah, when it comes to high school and the current situation I'm in now, uh, ever since then, I really haven't been interested in anyone. Honestly, that's the response that I give. But in reality, and I'm actually going to make this publicly known for the first time ever, but there is this girl. I'm not going to actually say who it is because I'm not doing that, but there's this girl who intrigues me, honestly. I feel like she's a very smart person, and I'm willing to give it another shot. I think I've learned from my last situation, to be honest. She's a smart girl. I'm interested in talking to her, honestly. She is a cute person. She does make me laugh. She's a great person, honestly. It's just a matter of, am I going to get rejected again? Because I know that plenty of boys want her too. It's just a matter of, hey, what do I do to prioritize? And I feel like that's a good lesson to learn, to be honest. It's just a matter of, hey, what do you do that's beyond whatever generic person, and is that actually a good thing? And that might be one of the big lessons that you learn is that, hey, sometimes life is not going to be in the best way that you have to. But it's not about whatever end result, because you know that your first GF is not going to be whoever you marry. But that's not the end goal. I think you should just learn from that situation and just try to improve from it. Anyways, this is actually going to be my longest video. And I feel like starting off the new year, I'll probably just start doing more of these commentaries, probably with way better video quality than this. Or not. I don't really like putting that much effort into something as simple as this. It's just YouTube after all. Alright, oh yeah, one more thing. I guess I could talk about next video. Next video. Actually, I'm just gonna be talking about, like,